So Elisabeth, you're working on Gracie. It's your teenage years. What are we looking forward to? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's a story about a young girl who plays soccer with the boys, and she grew up with 3 brothers, and I grew up with 3 brothers. And it's a story about loss because she loses her oldest brother, and then she goes on to follow her dream in his honor. So it's very close to home. It's still very, very much a story, but it's just based on the emotional sort of reality of my life.
Fantastic. Your husband's getting a pretty exciting, yeah, I realize that. Your husband's getting a pretty exciting award tonight. What does that mean to you and your family?
Well, it's just wonderful to have the film be honored and to have the press talk about the film, and any excuse for the press to talk about the film helps our planet, so that's a good thing.
So tonight, big event for you. What's the most inspiring thing that you've seen an everyday person do in the last week that's making a big difference?
Well, my best friend from grade school who teaches earth science in Mumbai, India, went to a conference of other science teachers. And they said they were all passing the movie around. That's pretty incredible. I mean, I'm focused on the movie, of course, but that's one way in which people can wake up to this. And that's pretty exciting. I have friends who've sold their SUVs. I used to drive an SUV. I bought a Prius. I'm putting solar panels on my house. People are everywhere waking up to this issue. So it's very, very exciting. The interesting thing is that right before I started this movie, I had just finished doing a bunch of work. And my son heard me on the cell phone in the car saying, I'm going to do this thing. And he goes, Dad, you're going to do another movie? And for him, it was, you're going to be away a lot. And I said, yeah, but this one's about the Earth and the environment, you know, and it's going to really help. And he goes, oh, Dad, you should make that movie. And I think it's, you know, the truth is that kids get it real quick. You know, we as older people, you know, tend to compromise, tend to rationalize, tend to intellectualize. Kids get it. You know, the environment is first, you know, so I'm hopeful that kids, when they see the movie, will take it and grab it and take it forward and do more, you know, than we could ever do. So.
Last thing, when you met Mr. Gore, what was the first thing that you identified with him?
Well, you know, he was giving his slideshow off his laptop and had all these charts and graphs and things like that. And I was very impressed with how he collected this whole thing and simplified it. But I was very drawn to the fact that he was doing this, going from city to city to any group that would see it. Instead of like cashing in and writing a book or making speaking fees, he's doing this for free and telling this thing to whoever would listen. And this is like a year ago when most people were not paying attention. To me, that's pretty inspiring. He wasn't doing it because people were paying attention. He was doing it to try to get people to pay attention because he thought it was so important. I think that says a lot about him.
What do you think you contribute? What's the one thing that you contributed that made this actually something that everyone wants to come see, this movie?
You know, I think there are a lot of us, the producers are here. A lot of us just tried to help him. You know, he's the guy. He figured out how to figure this out, and I'm just, you know, helping out. So I don't know. Yeah.
Good teamwork, and thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. Good night.
If you could create 3 outcomes within the next 3 months, what would they be?
I'd like to see President Bush change his position and join the new Democratic House and Senate, and Governor Schwarzenegger and the California state legislature, and pass legislation on a national basis that does what California has done on a state basis. Then I'd like to see the United States join the rest of the world in being a part of this global treaty to stop global warming. And then third, I'd like to see us make that treaty even tougher because we've got a lot more work to do.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you for that.